It appears. Oh, it appears we are live, and I can pull my microphone closer.
There you go. You sound a whole lot better with it closer. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, September the 28th. No, 26th. I'm wishing it was the 28th. Let's try that again. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday, September 26th at 3:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining Left Sisters. Please don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support. Today, I'm not sure what Crazy Bee titled the episode, to be honest with you.
I was supposed to do something specific, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was, and we didn't really get a chance to talk, so I didn't get to remember what the hell we were supposed to title it as.
It was
It
supposed to
was
be,
supposed to be in French, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Was it Fuck Up Friday or Fuck Off Friday or Fuck Fridays? I couldn't remember. But I can change it when we're done.
yeah, I thought we were doing Fucked Up Friday or something like that. It
That's
doesn't matter.
what I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you can go with anything. You have creative direction. You're allowed to do that. You don't have to wait for me. So you can title it
Well, I
whatever
was
you.
hoping you'd be able to trigger my memory of what the fuck it was supposed to be.
Well, we we have the word fuck in it, so I guess it works. So today is going to be a hodgepodge in no particular order of videos that we have had sitting in the vault ready to go at, I don't know, maybe as far back as August, maybe even July.
Most of it was August through early September.
Okay. And as you know, there was breaking news that had taken precedent. So we thought that we would clean up on some of the stuff in the files and then see what next week brings us.
hmm And it shouldn't be too bad, so we'll roll with it.
Sounds like a plan.
It was better than having to research everything for today.
It was already done. And
Oh,
I
there was
have,
research already done for today?
well, no, I'm saying the videos we have for today were already
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. It was better than having to go and research some stuff overnight to get it ready
yes,
for today.
correct. Well, I have stuff ready. We have a lot ready to roll in the tabs. All those, what, 21 tabs I have opened up or something?
Yeah, but those are all specific deep dive topics.
Well, we could have still rolled with something. Anyway, I got a sleeping child on my lap. Actually, just the head. The body is out onto the couch. So I expect his dad to come hopefully anytime soon. And if he does, I'll step away crazy bee till I wake him up and dispose of him properly.
Alrighty. That doesn't sound the nicest of options, but okay.
No.
Dispose of him properly.
Yeah. He looks like a little corpse right now. That's why I said that.
Aw, he sounds adorable.
He is adorable. He's getting to be really starting to come into his own. Still waffling between that infant crybaby thing, but he's getting there.
Well, I mean, he's getting to that age. He's what, 7 months old now? Almost eight? No, 6.
6. 6
Oh,
months.
going on seventh month. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah, 6 months old on the 22nd. So he's
Wow.
only, yeah,
6 months and 4 days?
yep.
Wow.
And here comes the father. So why don't you chat and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
We'll chat.
bye.
All right. Well, I get to chat for a bit. Now, I don't know what to say. I haven't had much of a day. I'm just achy, sore from all the running yesterday, and trying to keep my head in the right direction instead of spinning in circles.
Well, I
So
mean, if it's spun in circles, that would be a problem.
if I spun in circles, it would not necessarily be a problem. Just get a priest.
I have an idea. You should put your right leg on your left, no, your left leg on your right leg, your finger on your top of your head, and twirl around a lot. That should fix your back problems.
No, it won't.
Yeah, well,
My
because
son's over here giving bad advice about doing pirouettes too.
evil and spiritual darkness in America.
Okay. Now he's reading off YouTube titles. That boy spends way too much
Ooh,
time
ooh,
on YouTube.
Mom.
What's up, buddy?
Hackers are using AI to breach your organization. Protect AI from cyber threat. So essentially, you're using AI to protect yourself from AI.
Use AI to protect yourself from AI. Hey, JJ. Glad to see you here. My son is trying to convince me through a YouTube video that we need to use AI to protect us from AI.
What? No.
Uh huh.
That's what the ad's trying to convince me.
Oh, the ad. Oh, I thought it was a YouTube video.
No.
Ah, so it was an ad trying to convince him to use AI to combat AI. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, gotta love the geniuses of the internet and the ones who think AI is so great. It literally is not. I do not like AI. I am not a fan of AI. I avoid using AI at all
If you bake
costs.
Pillsbury cookie dough in a bread pan,
What?
someone uploaded a video about baking Pillsbury cookie dough in a bread pan.
It's Pillsbury.
Pillsbury, what? Oh my god! I thought there was an H.
No,
What?
Pillsbury dough in a bread pan?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Why? It would just like expand.
Yeah, but you gotta let it rise and everything
Yeah, but then
first.
you.
And what's the dough too? Is it cookie dough? Is
Yes,
it?
cookie dough.
Oh, why would you make it into a bread pan when you can just use a cookie sheet?
So you know the $5 foot long, right?
Okay, what about the $5 foot long?
Cookie.
Oh,
like,
okay, the foot long cookie. Actually, you can't even use your home oven to make those. The dough is specifically designed to be made in a industrial oven.
no, the one you get at the store.
Oh, to make a foot long cookie. Oh, now I'm catching on.
Like, look at it.
I'm getting glare from the window, honey.
On one.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I can tell you what it's going to do. It's not going to cook evenly.
Like a cookie brick.
Yes, Arby. I've got the video lined up first. That happened yesterday or the day before yesterday. I can't remember which, but I only found out about it last night. Hi, you're back.
Baby's gone.
Alrighty. My son had us somewhat entertained about some dingbat taking an entire roll of Pillsbury cookie dough, dropping it into a bread pan to make a foot long cookie like from Subway.
Hey,
Right?
sausage.
And but the problem is it won't cook evenly.
Hey, sausage.
No, we're not doing hay sausage either. I love my son. So yeah, the cookies won't cook evenly and might burn in some areas, not in others.
What if
Um,
you slow cooked it?
no, you don't slow cook a cookie.
Why not?
It still won't cook right. Crazy Bee, give the kid a cookie. I know.
I wish.
Yes. Grubby is late to the party. On TikTok, the fatties just eat the tube
Oh, yuck.
raw cookie dough.
Nah, not my thing.
Oh, in small quantities, otherwise you are risking salmonella. There's a reason
Yep.
it says cook thoroughly.
What about cookie dough ice cream? Can you make cookies from cookie dough ice cream?
Technically, you could, but a lot of diabetes shoved down your throat.
Oh, yuck. Here we go
Yeah.
again with that
No.
choking stuff again, Arby. He's got a thing
Uh,
about that, doesn't he?
I think so. Just a
I think
tad.
I think so too. I'm sensing a pattern.
Yeah, any kind of raw cookie dough means raw eggs. Unless you're doing
Hmm.
no bake cookies that don't require eggs.
Right.
Just, you know, those are always good.
I am glad this week is over.
He takes bags of candies of M&Ms and pours chocolate milk over it and like
Like
it's
it's
cereal.
cereal.
Ew.
Ew.
They make
Like
that
in the
cookie.
bag, ew.
They make Cookie
Looks like a
Crisp
bowl, maybe.
cereal. Why would you do that?
Like not a lot of milk, but you know.
It's literally just straight up M&M candies.
Ugh. Well, go ahead, make the co-host sick.
Ugh.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
sound
Well, you're
good
not the only
enough.
one. Arby's putting up the throwing up
Thank you,
emoji.
Arby. Thank you.
I think I am as well. That's just
Oh, they're back.
disgusting. What?
Papa.
Oh, well, we're in the middle of recording.
I didn't put that off.
Oh, for the love of God, can y'all take an argument out there so we can finish what we're doing?
Oh, you
Actually,
were
we're not
checking it.
recording, we're live. Fat talk makes me feel better about myself. Stop judging D. He says you got to stop
I
judging him.
I didn't say one word about fat. Not one word. I talked about the choking is what I my reference was to.
I was throwing up to the bag of milk M&Ms being
Right.
having chocolate milk poured on them
Milk
Ugh.
and
chocolate
eating it like it's
M&Ms.
cereal.
Milk
Ugh.
chocolate M&Ms.
That sounds disgusting.
Oh, they said no. What? They were
Guys
checking me.
out there, please.
I know, right?
I'm in the middle of this, so um I had a friend years ago who would take a hot dog bun and put a whole stick of butter in it and
Yeah.
cover
Okay. Now
it in
that's just.
brown sugar and called it a butter dog. Now that is how you kill your heart
Yeah,
and
that's just gross.
Oh
arteries
Even
wow.
more
and
gross
your
than yummy
taste
cereal.
buds.
A
That's
bu-
disgusting.
a butter
Oh,
dog? Oh
cold
really?
butter at that.
Ooh,
When
yeah,
you
no, that's just
oh.
gross.
Hi
Hey,
Canada.
cannabis.
Uh
No, no, no. That's
well, I
ill.
mean, if you think about it, if you make toast and you put butter and brown sugar on it, how is that any different than the butter
It's
dog?
not an entire stick of butter. I
True,
put a serving size of butter, if not a little bit less.
true.
I am not just eating a stick of butter with a little bit of bread around it.
Well, sometimes you need the fat content.
Not that bad, especially in my case. Somebody can take half my fat content. I'd be good.
Yeah, I'd be down for taking a third off. This
Yeah.
year and a
Someone
half
could take
laying
mine.
around, yeah, year and a half in bed bullshit. kind of put on a little unwanted 15 pounds that we didn't need.
Yeah. Someone could gladly take mine. And hello, Art. I see you popped in.
Hi, Art.
He says, Arby did it. What you ask, whatever, it always is Arby's fault. According to the guy, a stick is a serving. Ooh. What
Uh,
about deep fried butter on it? Hell no.
Deep fried Twinkie.
No, neither. No. No.
Now, do they even still make deep fried Twinkies?
Most people make them at home themselves. It's my Jewish DNA. I can't help it. I just cause problems everywhere I go. No. Anywho, the chat's completely digressed.
That's okay. It's messed up Friday. Whatever.
Real butter is great for you. I will
Yeah.
agree, but some of that stuff out there ain't real butter.
I can't
Yeah,
believe it's
that's
not
the
butter.
only. There's only a couple things that I splurge on, and real butter is one of them.
What are you doing? Are you going to be putting the halo?
Guys, can you please have the conversation out there? I don't think I'm asking too much.
Yes, you are.
Somebody want to borrow my family for a while?
Yeah, I got my own problem.
Anyone? Any takers?
I got my own problems.
Unplug you.
Do not unplug my computer. Oh, Lordy. I think I need a vacation.
I need something.
I think we all do. But
Yep.
unfortunately, most of us will never get it.
No, you know where I'd really like to go? I'd like to go back to Vegas.
Never
Vegas,
been there.
yeah, Vegas was one of the best vacations I was ever on. When I used to travel at the end of my travel day, which would usually end on a Friday, Eric would fly in wherever I was, and then we'd stay over the weekend into Monday. And we spent 4 days and 3 nights in Vegas, and we did like everything. We were at two comedy clubs where one we got ragged on really bad. It was funny as hell. That's where we took that plane and went over the Grand Canyon, and we were the first people there, and we were the last people to get in our group onto the plane. And when our pilot came out, he had those glasses on where you hit the button and the eyeballs fall out on springs. So
Oh, yeah.
that was the kind of uh, goofball he was. So we get onto the plane. We're the only American couple. There was somebody from Spain, France, Greece. Oh, and I forget the others. I was scared to death. I held on to the back of the pilot's chair, gripped in terror. They videotaped me. They wanted us to talk in English so they could practice their English. And meanwhile, whatever we said, they would translate to like their spouse or whoever they were with. When we got to the other side, I begged Eric to please let's take a bus back. He goes, "Do you realize that's almost like a 10-hour ride?" He goes, "You're getting your ass back on that plane." I'm telling you, Crazy B, there was like, I looked out the window and there was like gas running off, like a lot of gas or whatever jet fuel, whatever the hell they use. And I was in a panic. I'm like, what the hell's that? And he's like, we're going down, we're going down. Everybody brace for impact. And then he starts to laugh. He goes, oh, that's just the stuff from it being topped off.
Uh huh.
Yeah, the only and then I wanted to ride the donkeys down into the Grand Canyon until I found out the way that they train them is they carry a pack, those heavy packs, for 3 to 5 years. And if they go down without falling off the edge and dying, then they say that they're good to carry a human. And I'm like, I'm not taking that chance with some dumbass donkey. What if I get one that's in its 4th year and decides, oh, I'm going to slip and fall and off the side we go? So we didn't do that. And then the one thing I really did miss seeing was the Hoover Dam. I really would have liked to gone in and seen that. We did Treasure Island. We saw the pirate ship. They have a monorail that takes you to all the backs of the casinos. And the most beautiful place I thought was when we came up the escalator, not down like Donald Trump. We went up, and we were in the Venetian, and we went into the little town, and you looked up, and they had the ceiling painted. I mean, it was just absolutely gorgeous. Won a little bit of money, but it was a nice time. I went
From
from
my understanding, Vegas has gone to crap lately. Like,
really,
nobody's really going there.
wow, that's a shame.
Yeah, I heard something about it. I can't remember exactly where, but yeah, was it TikTok or YouTube? Something about it. Kids getting blamed for Vegas going to crap. I don't know. But
Hmm.
then again, I don't think it's been the same after the shooter incident out there.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's a
Yeah,
real shame. And then
it
we had,
is.
yeah, then we were able to go to um, down in Louisiana. In yeah, now why can't I think of the name of the city? Mm-hmm. Do, do, do,
New
do.
Orleans, Baton
Thank you,
Rouge.
New Orleans. We were in New Orleans. I at the convention center, and I stayed in the old part of the city at
The
an old
French Quarter.
hotel. In an old hotel, and I had reservations at the restaurant in the kitchen where Emeril Lagasse cooked. Uh huh.
Nice.
Except Eric was too tired and didn't want to go, so we didn't go. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Oh, I'm on my live. Yeah, go ahead, get me something from wherever, Subway, whatever. Bye. Oh my lord. Can you hear me, Crazy Bee?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, she can't hear me. Well, she'll be back. Yeah, I think I've been to New York a couple of times, parts of Canada, but for the most part, I ain't really been anywhere. My parents were not big on taking us traveling.
All right, so
Oh,
what you got
are we
for us
there?
today? Yeah, I'm back.
Um, well, the first thing is Area 51. This
Okay,
was
let's go.
something that I hadn't heard of.
Breaking news, breaking news. We got a crazy incident that happened overnight in Las Vegas, Nevada. An armed gunman opened fire at the front gate of Nellis Air Force Base, home of Area 51. Someone who hasn't been identified fired rounds, and security there fired back and shot the suspect in the leg, taken into custody. We don't know who the suspect is, but what in the heck is going on? This comes just days after a wackadoodle rammed his vehicle at the front gate of the FBI building in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What the heck is happening here, folks? Check it out.
Something that's not, well, it's ongoing now, but it's unusual. There's a lot of Metro Police. The main entrance to Nellis Air Force Base is shut down. Most of the other roads are open, and there is an access gate that is open. John, tell us more in our breaking news.
Indeed, this is happening right now up in the Northeast Valley, a shooting at Nellis Air Force Base. We've been reporting this for the better part of an hour and a half now. Metro Police say a man opened fire at the main gate at about 12:30 this morning. This is video from the scene. That shooter also allegedly pointed his gun at base security. Security then shot him in the leg. That shooter is expected to survive, and that suspect's now under arrest. Right now, the main gate and the visitor center there, right at the main gate, they're both closed to try and alleviate the traffic. The Simons Gate, that's sort of where Nellis and Gowan, where Gowan dead ends, that is going to open right now to try and handle some of the traffic, but the main gate at Nellis is closed and it gets very busy.
A man hospitalized as police say he fired numerous rounds at the main gate to Nellis Air Force Base. Those authorities fired back and hit him in the leg.
Getting a live look from our traffic cameras over there. Yes, the sun is shining on that main gate. You're seeing police authorities blocking it off near Craig and the Boulevard. We've been tracking this all morning along because now authorities are looking into the motive. Let's toss it out to our Nasaya Mancini, who is live there at the scene with more. Good morning, Nasaya.
Good morning. Yeah, Metro Police now leading this investigation over at the Nellis Air Force. I'm going to give you a step out of the way. Currently, we have 2 police officers on scene, some cones. No one is being let into that main gate. You are asked to take an alternate gate. That one is Simons. But what we know so far is, again, early this morning, it was around midnight where shots were fired into the main gate of Nellis Air Force Base. Security forces with the base challenged a suspect who then pointed his firearm at them. Security forces then fired at that suspect, hitting him in the leg. A tourniquet was applied to the suspect. He was transported to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, they're saying that there is no threat to the public at this time, and of course, it's still an ongoing investigation, so we'll work to bring those updates on air and online. But again, if you are headed down here to the Nellis Air Force Base this morning, that main gate is completely closed. We're off of Craig and North Las Vegas Boulevard. You will be asked to take a Simons Gate.
Wow, someone's an idiot.
What is going on?
I don't know. That is really wild.
All right, here's some additional information by the Daily Mail about this incident. Gunman opens fire on secretive Air Force base home to Area 51. Goes on to say a gunman opened fire outside an Air Force base in Nevada linked to Area 51, according to police. The unknown suspect fired rounds at the main gate of the site and was behaving erratically around 12:30 a.m. Wednesday in Las Vegas. Security officers then challenged the suspect who pointed a firearm at them. The gunman was shot in the leg and a tourniquet was applied. Following the incident, Nellis Air Force Base took to Facebook saying its main gate will be temporarily closed until further notice. In the meantime, another entrance has been opened to alleviate traffic flow. The base will announce when the gate is reopened. There is no threat to the public at this time. The Area 51 is highly classified Air Force facility located within the Nevada Test and Training Range, which falls under the broader jurisdiction of Nellis Air Force Base. While both sites are used for testing classified aircraft and weapons, Area 51 is a remote, secretive part of the military complex, far from the main base gates in Las Vegas. And here's some photos here of the incident. The base hosts a series of air combat exercises, including Red Flag, Close Air Support, and Green Flag West. It had opened in 1950. So, who's this wackadoodle? This comes just days after some wackadoodle tried to ram the FBI gate in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Scary stuff, folks. Be safe out there. What in the heck is going on here, folks?
Oh, I don't know why it decided to loop. That was weird. But, yeah. Very
Seem,
strange.
it seems like there's these pop-up incidents that are occurringly. I don't know if they're random or not.
I am not sure. It's like, what the heck is going on?
It's a very good question.
It's like, is there something not right with people? I mean, obviously there's something not right with people, but like, I don't get it. How can they be this stupid? Like, you got to know that firing at a military base is going to be bad.
Right.
You got to know it's going to be bad. So it doesn't make sense to be that stupid.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I do not see any hit on the name of the suspect or any information.
Mm-hmm.
They are reporting that this is interesting, that there's a 6.8% decrease in violent crime compared to this time in 2024. And I'd like to see their crime data.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It would be interesting to see it. The
Uh-huh.
question is, will they ever show it?
No. No, so right now I have no info on the suspect. Also, just as a side note for those of you that give a shit, Jimmy Kimmel will be back on supposedly on air tonight.
Really? So
Uh-huh.
it was a suspension, not a complete removal.
Correct. It was
But I
just
know some of the cable networks and stuff will refuse to show him.
well, we'll see what they do.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Very much so.
Wingnuts are suggestible, and once one goes off, the next one gets the idea to do their thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is so true. I'm surprised security didn't delete him.
Right.
Also true. Oh, very strange. Very strange happenings on this planet right now. But I still wonder why it never made anything beyond local news.
Right. Because the mainstream
I
media
mean,
doesn't want to have that narrative out there, right? That's something that there's already, I have a little chart that every shooting that has occurred so far, I believe it's the last 5, have been from left wing extremists. So, uh, and this was previous to Charlie Kirk. So, what the heck is going on here? Is this
that's a
all,
good question.
is this all the Discord buddies or what? My question
Probably
is on
not.
Discord.
No.
How do you meet a group like that on the Discord?
Magic. I mean, well, how did we meet half the people we meet? Through other people.
I
A
guess.
common interest of a content creator or a video game.
Right.
So, I mean, that's pretty much what there is. Shut off that overhead. Shut off the light. Oh, Lord. But,
Not public places.
yeah, I mean, you find a common interest and you just kind of go from there. And you can also search specific topics that, like,
Right.
servers that have very specific topic frames and stuff in them, and you just kind of meet from there and go from there.
Hot honey
Yeah.
sausage.
All right. What do you got next?
I've got this video. It's only a minute long of that executive order Trump was signing on TikTok.
Okay.
Since we didn't have a place to put it yesterday, I figure we could tackle it really quick today.
Sounds good.
Next, sir, we have an executive order on TikTok. From the first days of your administration, you've charged a team from your administration, led by Vice President Vance, with ensuring that we can preserve TikTok as a platform for the 170 million Americans who use it, while ensuring that their data is properly protected as required by law. With this executive order, you will be effectively bringing into effect the agreement that will save TikTok and ensure that it can operate safely and securely.
So this is interesting because I had a very good talk with President Xi. A lot of respect for him. Hopefully he has a lot of respect for me too. And we talked about TikTok and other things, but we talked about TikTok and he gave us the go-ahead. You know, it's run by American investors and American companies, great ones, great investors, the biggest. You don't get bigger, I don't imagine. And maybe I'll have JD. JD was very much involved and in charge of it.
Oh? So we get to keep TikTok after all.
Yeah, but again, it's only a damn executive order. Where's the action from Congress?
That's a good question. It could take a few years.
Uh-huh.
This is why I don't like executive orders.
Right. But even if there wasn't an executive order, right? Oh, sugar. This wouldn't have gotten done anyway, right? What would have happened if he wouldn't have written the executive order?
Mm-hmm.
So it does have to be done to some circumstances, but what the heck is Congress doing? We need to take a look at exactly what they're doing.
What Congress is doing right now? Twiddling their thumbs and being mad about something going on somewhere else in the United States that's none of their damn business because it's not their state.
Or maybe perhaps another country.
Or that too.
Or countries, yeah. Okay, so TikTok is saved. 170, did he say billion people?
Million,
okay. So
we don't have 170 billion in America.
I know that. That's why I questioned that. I was wondering what that was about. So half of the country uses TikTok?
Yeah.
Huh. Wonder what that component's made up. Is that all the left or the right or a mix or what?
Well, you had us start a TikTok channel and we use it.
Yeah, but what do we get from it? You get right?
Views here and there, not a lot. But then again, I don't post daily, and I don't make viral dance videos.
There we go. Now we got the answer to our question of what we.
Oh, and I don't encourage pregnant women to take Tylenol for no reason whatsoever. I don't, do these other stupid fads and trends that end up with people in the hospital. And I sure as hell didn't go around convincing people that they were going to be raptured and they should get rid of their earthly possessions.
No, but perhaps you could do the making the cookie.
No, we're not wasting money on cookie dough to not go right. Sorry. Right. Okay. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Alrighty. What's up next?
Itchy. That's what's up next. This video of Japan's healthy eating in the schools. Let me do this.
In Japan, by law, every school has to employ a professional nutritionist.
Oh, God. Wow.
It's a serious qualification. It's 3 years on top of your teaching degree. And as the nutritionist, your job is to design the school meals, which have to, by law, be made entirely of fresh foods that are prepared on the day. You're not even allowed pre-processed paste in the schools in Japan. And then you've got to use those fresh, unprocessed meals, which contain all the main food groups, to educate the children about how to eat well, eat healthily. And it was so weird talking to these kids, because I was going around talking to them. I said to them, "What's your favourite food?" And one kid said, "Broccoli, I love broccoli." All right. Another kid said, "White fish, I love white fish." And I was so thrown by this that on my phone I pulled up, I just Googled British school dinners, right?
Yeah.
And showed them videos on, and I didn't choose the worst ones. It wasn't like the horror stories, just like the kind of stuff that I ate at school.
Yeah.
Right? They literally screamed. One of them said, "Oh my God," in English, right? And one girl, just complete puzzle, said, "Where are the vegetables?" I said, "There are no vegetables." She said, "Where's the salad?" I said, "There is no salad. I never once in school ate salad."
And that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
That is so sad that that's an occurrence in Western schools that Eastern and Asian schools have differently. Is we have trash that we feed our kids. Even our healthier lunches after Obama, what's her face, Michelle Obama
Did.
jacked up the school lunches.
Well,
It still wasn't any healthy.
Remember she also grew the garden? Didn't she rip up part of the White House lawn and put a garden in with
Yeah,
vegetables for that healthy eating?
yeah.
Even back, as far as I can remember in grade school, what we got for a school lunch came in a plastic, even back then, a plastic container with a cellophane ripoff, and inside was a piece of 2 pieces of bread with 1 piece of bologna, cheese, what else? An apple or an orange, and a milk. And that was your healthy lunch.
No, it wasn't healthy.
No.
You were better off bringing a lunch from home.
Yes, ma'am. From grade school through 8th grade, that's what was provided. And it wasn't until high school that you had the cafeteria where they had actual school cooks that cooked the meals. Now, I think they were probably healthier than anything at the time. But it is sad, our choice when we have such an abundance of food available and quantities available that we can't get that into our schools.
Yeah.
It's really a sad thing.
I've gone to 2 schools that did the whole meal prep at the school, but they were private schools. And they had like maybe 70 students between all 12 grades.
Okay. Is that the guy from Mythbusters on the top left?
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, I've gone to schools where we got fresh food, but still, the public schools, I mean, when you can sop up 4 handfuls of paper towels to pull the grease off of a frickin' slice of pizza,
it's disgusting.
You know that ain't real cheese.
Right.
It's plastic. It is plastic cheese on some tomato ketchupy sauce thrown on top of cardboard.
Yes, ma'am. Cardboard pizza. Or the mysterious meatloaf.
That is an understatement. It was
what was in
so
mysterious
disgusting.
meatloaf?
Sloppy Joes that weren't really Sloppy Joe. It's just disgusting to think about it. I mean, if you really, really think about it, it was insanely disgusting what we were given for decades.
Yes, ma'am.
And still get. I mean, my kids have complained of moldy food from public schools. So, yeah.
I want to know what mold is at the time.
I can't remember what it was. We're talking years ago. So it makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder what the heck It's just, ew, so disgusting to think about.
Uh,
Um,
all right, let's move on then and get off topic. Yuck.
okay, we do have two articles, one with a video. This is the 60 acres that got used to make the new Space Force
Okay,
location.
we have a video for that.
No, this one's just the
Oh,
article. The next article has a video to go with it.
Okay,
gotcha.
cool. So Trump's really serious about that thing.
Okay, so what date is this
Now,
from?
when did Space
From
Force get founded?
September the
That wasn't during
2nd.
his first presidency?
Buddy, I'm trying to hear this, so silence for a moment. Sorry.
So, so 60 acres on Redstone identified for Space Command headquarters. We can move along very quickly. This was published on September the 2nd.
All right.
Oh boy, the goats are loud today. Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle said that the location for the future home of Space Command has already been selected on Redstone Arsenal, and the relocation process may go quicker than expected. I can't tell you the actual spot, Battle said, about where the facility will be located, but they do have a spot already picked out. They have been working very closely with federal officials. There has always been a Plan B scenario. Until it was actually announced, until they were told by the Secretary of Defense this will happen, they were moving along with plans with everybody from the FBI to the Army Materiel Command and to the Missile Defense Agency to Marshall Space Flight Center. Approximately 60 acres of land near the center of the arsenal have been identified for the new headquarters facility, the city said in a statement. President Donald Trump announced Tuesday he was reversing a decision by the Biden administration to locate Space Command headquarters in Colorado. It's an honor to give it, Space Command, to Huntsville, Trump added. Garrison officials have already looked at temporary space that could be used to house the command in the early move-in stage. They've been doing a lot of the homework for what's necessary to be done, so we can move along very quickly, Battle said. An early analysis by the Inspector General indicated comprises there would be a phased transition to a permanent facility and that constructing temporary operational facilities with the same capacity, connectivity, and security as those already used in Colorado Springs would take 3 to 4 years. The same report noted the one-time cost for moving Space Command to Alabama was $426 million less than remaining in Colorado Springs due to lower personnel and construction costs. Redstone Arsenal comprises 38,000 acres and is home to operations by NASA, Missile Defense Agency, ATF, FBI, and multiple Army commands like Aviation and Missile Command and Space and Missile Defense Command.
That was it?
Mm-hmm. Now, what I want to know is, I wonder if did they give Colorado Springs the opportunity to come in at the reduced 426 million?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I have to
Just
wonder.
just waste the money, right?
Oh, what has our government not done on those lines?
Right.
How many decades?
Yep.
It wasn't even necessary to give them a new headquarters to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was. I think this is more just Trump trying to do his Trump things and not have much purpose or meaning behind it.
Wow.
It's just to do it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
He has a tendency to do that kind of stuff.
He does, but I'm not going to say one way or another.
Art says it's government contracting. It's overpriced no matter where it is. Good
True.
point.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know it's going to be built 3 to 4 years, probably. He'll anticipate it to be done before he leaves so he can do the ribbon cutting ceremony.
I mean, he did create the entire branch of
Right.
Space Command or whatever the heck it is, but yeah.
Space Force.
Yeah, Space Force. And by the way, he totally didn't rip off Star Trek logos for those,
No.
but
Okay.
he totally did. It was a mess.
There you go.
All right. So, next on our list, we're going to refresh this video out of Pennsylvania. The little boy who was saved, and we have the article to go with it. So, let's watch, and then we'll read over what the guy who saved him's thoughts are.
You're watching the moment that stopped parkgoers in Hershey, Pennsylvania in their tracks. A young child high above them, seemingly frozen in fear after he found his way onto the narrow monorail. Hersheypark officials saying in a statement, a young child was reported missing after becoming separated from his parents. While our team was actively searching, the child entered a secure area at the monorail. Hersheypark adding, the ride was closed and safeguarded by a chained closure at the entrance and barricaded turnstile at the platform. Once inside, the park says he stayed there for 20 minutes and eventually walked onto the track as people screamed and scrambled to help.
No, keep going.
One brave man mounting the track and scooping the boy into his arms, handing him to another man who scaled a nearby roof to help. The incident coming after an accidental death at the park just last month involving a 9-year-old girl who drowned in a wave pool. A Hersheypark spokesperson said there were 100 lifeguards at the boardwalk at the time of the incident, including 10 specifically dedicated to the wave pool. Investigators.
Neither did I.
Did you hear about that girl who drowned? I didn't.
No, I did not.
And that was a month before a kid got up on a monorail?
That's crazy. That's
With
absolutely.
100 lifeguards.
Uh-huh. What the hell
At that
were
pool.
they doing?
That's a good question.
But if she went down a slide, however, I mean, I've gone down those types of slides and have gotten turned around backwards or upside down, and I could see it looked like the water came down on you pretty heavy at one point.
Yeah.
She might have drowned from that. I don't know the incident. I could try to look it up and have it for next week.
That is just, it's alarming for two serious incidences like this. So wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what they have to say.
Later determining the park had proper safety standards in place. Jakob Wahl is CEO of a group representing the amusement park and attraction industry and says safety has only improved the last 2 decades.
Injuries per million attendees went down by 51%, and the injuries per million rides taken were down 22%.
Wahl says overall, the vast majority of incidents that do take place are a result of guests not following park rules. Back at Hershey, the scare of a lifetime for that boy, leading to an eruption of cheers for his rescue.
Yes!
Wow. Imagine that reunion with his folks when they finally got their hands around him again. So is there any better idea of how he was able to get up onto that monorail track?
Any parent watching this at home would wonder, how did this kid get back there? The short answer to this, guys, is that we do not know, right? It was chained, it was barricaded, according to the park.
No
He was
security cameras to track his movement?
It obviously, the barricade, if a little child could get up and over it, it isn't significant enough.
Yeah, they're asking how'd he get up there? Where's the security cameras?
Right.
To track him. And again, like you said, the barricade. I mean, if this little kid can get past a barricade,
What's a teen or an adult going to do?
yeah. Okay, I'm sure he's got more to add.
At that monorail station for about 20 minutes before he walked out onto the tracks. Now, there is a lost children's center, according to Hersheypark, where parents can get bracelets. They can put it on their kids with their name, their information, cell phone number. That's a popular way to reunite with your children when something like this happens. Also, some parents now are using air tags on their kids. But the reality is what you should do, according to experts, is have a location picked out with your child if you get separated so they know where they're going. But thankfully, as we mentioned, 20 feet above the
A child that
That
young
is so
ain't gonna know how to
stupid.
find his way around a park.
That is so stupid. Like, we'll meet at the front gate or we'll meet at the water fountain. Meanwhile, you're
How's
all
this
the way
kid
up at
gonna
the,
know how to
yeah,
find it?
yeah, you're all the way up at the other end, and how am I going to navigate to the water park? Come on. Let's be real here.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. For like 11, 12-year-olds, you can get away with that because they already know how to read a map. But a kid that young,
Nope.
it ain't gonna work. Okay, let's listen to the last bit.
ground in that particular section. Luckily, this boy is okay this morning.
Yeah, thank goodness for that brave mother.
But in this case, it's not like he was just going to look for his parents and wanted a better view. Like, he wandered up there, and they're
Kids are
pointing
gonna
this way
kids.
and that way.
Yeah.
That was a frightening scene. Sam, appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
That's
kids, golly willikers.
yeah. I'm sorry. I get kids can get away on you, but like, ooh, they said he stood by this area for 20 minutes
No, I think,
before
yeah.
getting onto the monorail. Like, and what if that ride hadn't been shut down?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the article that goes with it. Let me enlarge this. I can't even see it. I might need one more.
The hero dad describes the moment he rescued the boy who wandered onto the Hersheypark ride 100 feet in the air. This is from September the 1st.
Yep.
So a man who is being hailed as a hero after he rescued a missing child dangerously walking on the monorail tracks at Hersheypark said his dad instincts kicked in and compelled him to jump into action. John Sampson of Bucks County, Pennsylvania, fearlessly climbed onto the roof of a snack stand and pulled himself up onto the tracks after he saw the child walking alone almost 100 feet above the ground on Saturday evening, while spectators held their breath. Dad instincts kicked in, and then I was just trying to figure things out and how to get up there as fast as possible, Sampson told Fox 43.
They took a bunch of still shots from the video.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
He picked up the boy and safely brought him down. I felt relief, absolute relief, and even if I could feel it in him, the relief as soon as he got into my arms, Sampson said. Thank goodness he came straight into my arms, and it went nice and simple in that sense.
It
Now,
looks like a small park, but it's pretty big.
It is a big park, yeah.
So the kid went here at the station, walked all the way along this way,
Mm-hmm.
up there, where he was gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
The boy was reported missing by his parents around 5 p.m. after he entered a secure area for the monorail ride, Hersheypark officials said. He was at the station for about 20 minutes before he began walking along the track, frightening park goers below. Go to him now, one terrified park guest yells in one video before Sampson helped him down. Oh, somebody else is going to tell somebody else to go get him.
Sounds
Okay.
about right for an emergency.
Uh-huh. The monorail was closed at the time and had been fenced off by a chained closure at its entrance and a barricaded turnstile at the platform, according to park officials. I don't know if the barricade a turnstile. I don't know if he could have climbed over that or went under that.
I have no clue.
A picture would have been nice.
Of
We are
course, they're not going to give that away.
right. We are grateful for the vigilance of our guests.
Vigilance.
Thank you. I'm struggling today. Of our guests and the swift response of our team, and we remain committed to maintaining the highest levels of guest safety throughout Hershey Park, the park said in a statement.
Yeah. If they insist, right?
That I just don't understand.
I don't understand how it happened either. I don't. It doesn't actually make any sense that that happened.
But there's like they said, there are, if you don't follow the directions at a park or even those little pop-up amusement parks that come up in community events, either a community day or a Granger type day, those types of things, you got to be careful around those. So please, everybody, pay attention to the safety directions. Keep your seatbelts fastened, as they say.
Oh, yeah. Gotta do that. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sorry, I'm trying to find the exact title of the next video.
Herbie says don't ride the rides at the fair. That's what I've always.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I created the video. I had the video saved. Where in bloody goodness? Okay, you know what? I worked on this video. I can't find it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. It didn't need to be worked on. That's right, because it was just a news station one. So, hold on. Let me swap this over. Close that. Open this. And this is based out of Australia. I guess these wives are being ISIS wives are being brought into Australia. So let's take a listen at this.
But first tonight, we can exclusively reveal that top police commissioners have gone on the record to confirm ISIS brides are set to arrive in Australia. Acting New South Wales Police Commissioner Peter Thurtell and Deputy Commissioner Dave Hudson have confirmed that the New South Wales Police are in negotiations with the Commonwealth to repatriate the ISIS brides and their families. This means the Prime Minister appears to have today misled the Parliament over this highly controversial issue. My colleague Leah Mendes reported on the front page of The Australian that Australian ISIS brides stranded in northern Syria are set to be returned home before Christmas in a top-secret operation which is in the final stages of being greenlit. And Liam reported that federal government agencies are aware of possible persons of interest in that group. Now, this is a big story. There needs to be transparency around it. One Albanese government providing passports and travel documentation to these ISIS families. What are the national security concerns? Are any of them believed to be radicalised? Will there be a rehabilitation program? What will all of this cost the taxpayer? But instead of answers to these and more questions, there's been total secrecy. And worse, The Prime Minister stood up in question time today and denied the report.
I refer to reports in The Australian that government officials are helping to bring ISIS terrorist brides to Australia. What actions has your government taken to guarantee the safety of Australians if these people return?
Those reports are not accurate.
Those reports are not accurate, Albanese said. So to be clear, he did deny Liam Mendy's report in The Australian. Well, Andrew Hastie then pushed for more detail.
Is the Prime Minister aware of any info that suggests ISIS brides are seeking to return to Australia? And is your government making preparations to receive them?
The call to the Prime Minister. I refer to my previous answer.
Now, this is the same man who promised to do politics differently, with more transparency and accountability. Now, Albanese might have got away with denying this story, but I can reveal that during a 4-hour police estimate session today, the New South Wales Deputy Police Commissioner Dave Hudson, who is the state's veteran counter-terrorism chief, confirmed he'd been advised about the arrival of these ISIS brides.
Commissioner, we've heard most recently that the ISIS brides are now being...
What I don't get is, again, why would the government try to cover this up?
Good question.
They know these people were conned into moving out of the country, actively joined a group that is radicalized on all kinds of levels.
Right.
Just to turn around and not do any security on allowing them back or have any plans in place publicly known. It sounds like a Biden era thing.
He probably taught them.
I mean, we know what ISIS is. We know what they've been doing for decades.
Correct.
How stupid do you have to be?
Pretty stupid. Very stupid.
Like anything psychologically, any evaluations, anything?
Well.
And he just says they're inaccurate. The reports are inaccurate. Since when? Prove it wrong.
Right. What proof do you have of it? Crazy B.
Maybe it's just me.
Can you mute me for a second? Eric just walked in.
Yeah, I can mute you.
Thank you.
I just don't get it. Why on God's green blazing earth aren't they putting forth more effort to determine who's coming back in? It really doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Let me play a little bit longer. Hopefully well, I don't want to continue without her hearing it either. So I'll hold off. Hopefully, they'll fix it and straighten it out before they get back. I apologize. I'm a bit wheezy. I couldn't find my inhaler, so I had to grab my nebulizer. One second. I gotta open my door. It is cooking in here. One moment. Shit. Things are making a mess. Could someone kick on the AC? What? Kick on the air conditioning. I'm dying in here. I've got the sun beating on my window the entire dang day, and it makes it impossible to breathe. And what? And I dropped something, and I don't know where the heck it went. There it is. Okay, never mind. Oh my God. It's going to be one of those days, folks. Be patient with us. So, all right. I guess I'll hit play, and when she gets back, we'll kind of just go from there.
Smuggled back into Australia by the federal government. Does the New South Wales Police have a role in this repatriation at all?
I will hand over, without deferring the question, I will hand over to Mr Hudson because he has had some communications in relation to that, if that's okay.
We are still working through that issue with the Commonwealth. The roles have yet to be finalised between what New South Wales Government, including the New South Wales Police Force, and the Commonwealth's roles will be. No doubt we will have a role, as will broader New South Wales Government, as we have done with previous returning brides of foreign fighters and children of such.
So first you saw there the Acting Police Commissioner in New South Wales confirming that Dave Hudson had been having those discussions with the Commonwealth, and then Hudson confirmed they were still working out what role New South Wales Police would play and what role the AFP would play. So confirming they are currently working through the issue of repatriation of these ISIS brides with the Commonwealth. He was then asked another question. He was asked for more detail about what role the New South Wales Police might play in repatriating these terrorist families.
As I said, the roles of each agency have yet to be determined. If the AFP don't play as significant a role as they have previously, we will. We'll have to work that out, which I've got some meetings next week in Canberra, aligned with the Australian New Zealand Counter-Terrorism Committee meeting, where I'll try and explore that further.
That is the Deputy Police Commissioner in New South Wales confirming he's having meetings in Canberra next week about the very issue of ISIS brides, and he's having those meetings with the AFP. So let's return to what the Prime Minister said in Parliament today.
Those reports are not accurate.
That is absolute bullcrap for him to sit there and say it's inaccurate. I apologize for my family being disruptive again. So, yeah, the Australian government is not doing so hot when it comes to this. And they look really bad by not knowing what is going on in their own, or they're trying to hide it. They're probably just trying to hide this. So, I mean, are we surprised? I guess that would be a better question is, are we surprised in any way, fashion, or form? Because I don't know. Anyone, feel free to give your thoughts. Um, let me see. Hold on. I'm going to get the next thing ready. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I don't know. Where I'm gonna fix something.
Well, no, that was funny. Can you hear me, Crazy Bee?
Oh, sorry, I was muted yelling at my kid to open the door because it was still too hot in here.
I thought you told him to do that before.
Oh, can you hear?
Can you hear me?
Oh, no, they were open, and then somehow the door ended up closed, or he was walking out again and closing it. I was kicking him out of the room again while I was muted.
Well, what was funny was I sent the I'm back DMs twice to somebody else. And I'm
That does not
wondering
help
why,
me.
you're not responding to me, but that's okay. I'm losing my mind.
Well, it wasn't my choice. If I'd
No,
gotten the message, I would have brought you back.
I know. I'm actually running a fever and have the chills, so I'm really messed
Do
up
we want
today.
to call it an early day,
No,
45 minutes early, or do you?
No, we'll keep going. Eric hasn't left yet. Keep
Okay.
going.
All right. So next up, we have Trump dealing with some idiots in Maryland, and he's pushing back on their gender ideology there. We know some people out that way. This should be entertaining. Okay.
Trump administration has announced plans to crack down on what it calls gender ideology in Maryland schools. Patrick Huff from our Spotlight on Maryland team has the latest on whether Maryland schools will adjust to federal demands or face potential defunding.
It's always great to get a win for common sense biological truth.
That's Rosalind Hanson, a Maryland mother and the director of development for Moms for Liberty. At Celebration, a letter this week from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services threatening to defund Maryland's Personal Responsibility Education Program, or PREP, over the use of what HHS describes as gender ideology lessons. The program is run through the Maryland Department of Health and is intended to educate young people on both abstinence and contraception to prevent pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. It targets public school students aged 10 to 19. However, the Trump administration...
Why does a 10-year-old need to know about this stuff?
Because 9-year-olds are getting pregnant, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds are getting pregnant. So I think that it should start at the home, but I think basic sex education should be taught in the classroom. The birds and the bees.
High school.
I mean, if we're having, like I said, between 9 and 12-year-olds are getting pregnant.
How many of them were even consensual, that alone were mature enough to make that decision? And where were the parents when this was happening?
Right, but if they would have this knowledge, do you think that it would have made a difference?
They're kids. How would they even understand what we're explaining?
Well, I'll tell you how. If they have the, what was it, the gay BCs for infants, for trans, right? The books, the infant book for trans kids as infants. The gay BCs that were in the bookstore, Barnes & Noble bookstore. It's being sold. Okay? Why can't it be dumbed down to the appropriate age level?
I don't know. And Art, by the way, the federal government does dictate what the states are allowed to teach and not teach. That's why we have the Federal Department of Education. They do control the states and what they're teaching in public schools that are federally funded.
But I thought that he eliminated the Department of Education.
No, they just got a new leader.
Oh.
That's what's his face's wife? The one wrestler dude.
Who?
Back in the 90s that Trump used to wrestle with.
Hulk Hogan.
No, the other one. Ed something. What was his name?
Oh, I know who you mean.
Not man.
Yeah. McMahon?
Yeah.
McMahon.
Was it McMahon?
Was it?
I can't remember. Yeah, but same whoever his wife he put her in charge. Yeah, quote. Yeah, it is McMahon. Okay, it is McMahon. So, and like Art said, you can't close it and have one hand in. And since it hasn't been closed and it has a new person in charge of it, I don't know whether they were closing it or revamping it or what. That's where I'm a little bit lost. I thought they were just revamping it.
I thought they were trying to do away with it. He could.
Well, I know he said something about that, then turns around and put somebody else in charge of it.
Right.
Jill McMahon. That's who she is. Thank you. So, yeah, what do we, I mean.
Wonder if she's a doctor.
He got rid of the one chick.
Wonder if she's a doctor like Joe Biden was.
No.
Okay. Just checking.
I was told by the teachers that it is. That the federal government promotes the basic guidelines, and how they teach it from there is up to the state. But the basics of what has to be, what the main topics are, and how they teach it falls to the state. That's what I was always told it was.
Okay, Arby. That's nice to know.
Oh, it wasn't Arby. It was Art.
No, I'm reading Arby's comment. The renaming of the Department of Education under Kamala.
I don't recall that.
He says that's all he knows, though. He doesn't know anything else.
Okay. All right, let's hit play and try
to get us the link for that, Arby, as proof.
Oh, yeah, please. If it's provide a link and not an AI generated video. There are no federal guidelines. That's federal funding for certain types of programs. See, I was told by school districts, literally by the teachers of my kids' districts, that they are told what they can and can't teach, and it's up to them how they teach it. That's what I was told. If they were lied to, that's a whole nother story as well. I'm just going by what I was told. And that's messed up too. But wow. All right, let's keep listening to how Trump's going to push back on it. And if there's a federal ground to stand on for this, I don't know if there is.
Administration alleged lessons outside the scope of the PrEP program. Specific examples that Health and Human Services says MDH must remove from its curricula include instructions for teachers to use gender-neutral names and scenarios and role plays, and referring to someone with a vulva versus a girl or woman. The current program directs Maryland teachers to tell students that you can change your identity, with an example of always being attracted to one gender and then finding someone or others of a different gender attractive later in life. Another cited curriculum in the current Maryland program states that some may identify as male, female, or transgender. Hansen said MDH must change course.
I would hope that our administration here in Maryland wouldn't want to lose millions of dollars in federal funding, that they would respect common sense, biological truth.
A federal grant database shows MDH has received about $11 million for the PrEP program since 2013. HHS said Maryland is set to receive another $2.4 million for the program if the cited gender ideology lessons are removed. An MDH spokesman told Spotlight on Maryland that they are reviewing the announcement to assess any programmatic implication. He said the PrEP program is offered in Baltimore City as well as Allegheny, Dorchester, Prince George's, Talbot, Washington, Worcester, and Wacomico counties. PrEP is not the only sex education program at MDH facing threats of defunding this year from the Trump administration. We previously reported on how the Teen Pregnancy Prevention Program in rural Maryland counties promotes different gender identities. Here's one example of a teacher training for the program that we obtained in a public records request.
Okay. I just Googled this, and Art says he knows someone who is a curriculum secretary for our local school district, and we've had lots of discussions because of the Doge cuts. And according to Google, the federal government is not supposed to be in charge of it. But yet I was told by our public school teachers that that's where it was coming from.
Probably that was the easy way out, perhaps.
It's very likely. Wow. I never bothered to double check it back then. Guess that'll never happen. Well, my
No,
kids are
that's
out of
'cause
school, so.
Yeah, we took that shit at face value. We believed what they had to say back then, right?
Yeah. Wow. This is
Just like they.
That's bad when teachers lie to the parents so openly.
Yes.
And
just
freely.
like the news media, just like the newspaper, we believed what we saw in print or on the TV. I don't know. It's
Sorry. Nope. It wasn't you. I had to mute. I apologize.
I
But
think we're having a weird day today.
I don't know what's up. It's no, my daughter asked something and I muted so I could answer her. I didn't have an exact answer that was going to be a quick yes or no thing. And so I just told her after we're done, I'll explain it to her.
We're good.
But, all right, let's keep listening to this for the next minute. Well, 40 seconds, give or take.
Every woman is able to carry a pregnancy. Some women, again, remember our three categories, some women might have a penis and testicles.
The Supreme Court struck down a policy from Montgomery County Public Schools this year that refused parents an option to opt out their children from a series of LGBT books. Some of the programs in question for elementary school students included Pride Puppy, Uncle Bob's Wedding, and Born Ready, the true story of a boy named. As the Trump administration continues to push back on what it calls gender ideology, it's worth noting that the Maryland Health Framework requires lessons on different gender identities starting in kindergarten. We'll monitor whether Maryland continues to offer these lessons.
I'd be furious.
Okay.
Furious.
To brainwash children that young.
That's correct. And you wonder where they get
I get it. Oh, no, Art, I'm sorry. Sorry, Art, I get what you're saying. D, continue. I apologize.
I'm furious. And to possibly not even know that it was being taught is what is insidious, right? To possibly know that during the day this shit is being taught and we don't know about it, and we wonder why these kids are growing up having issues with their sexuality and potentially becoming
their behavior in general.
Correct. And potentially becoming some type of mass shooter, mass murderer. Take your pick. Child predator. Anything. This shit's got to stop. You know, we can't read, we can't write, we can't do math. They don't do cursive. There is no science. We're ranked how low on the scale. Every country, even the most obscure countries, are kicking our ass. This is a shame.
What's sad is college students, again, this is something that can be discussed in a philosophy course, not something to be taught to children.
I mean,
philosophy means
in high
it's
school.
something to think about. It's not a fact.
Right. I have a problem with it being taught as a high school student. You're going into high school usually around the age of 14 or 15. Current
Mm-hmm.
studies show that males are not fully developing till the age of 30 to 35. Females,
Mm-hmm.
we're born ready.
No, I've met quite a few who are
I know
not.
that. I know. Just being a smartass here. But if the United States, because of the upbringing that we have, we're pushing adulthood and matters of more intellectual, more intellectual matters, put it that way. It shouldn't be at 14 years old, 15 years old. Even at 17, I don't know if I went to school discussing these issues with my child.
But 200
Send
years
something
ago,
home to
women were
me.
running a complete household.
Say that
If
again.
you think 200 years ago, 12-year-old girls were running households as a wife.
Yes.
And they're capable of it. It just takes away their childhood.
Right.
To go from a toddler to basically an adult in a matter of years.
Right.
Your childhood was literally as a child, but once you were old enough, you started running a household. And it wasn't based on your
Boys
mental
worked out in the
age.
field. That's right. Boys were.
Yes.
I mean, look at what goes on in the Amish communities.
Mm-hmm.
We're having
They don't
yeah.
have childhood like we do.
Yeah. We're having discussions whether or not Jake at just turning 9 should be out hunting, etc. That's a separate topic. But then EJ comes in with, yeah, but the Amish kids are out there at 6 and 7 years old. And my response is,
Uh-huh.
but we're not Amish. If he was brought up in that manner, I could perhaps see it, but there's other issues that go along with that. So we could
I
save that.
went to school with kids whose parents ran a farm, and they were Amish. They were absolutely Christian, ran a farm, and those kids were out there helping from the time they were old enough to walk, started feeding chickens.
Yes, ma'am.
What's changed is societal norms.
And we've gotten
As
lazier.
and we've gotten yep. As convenience comes in, we've gotten lazy.
Yes, ma'am.
So again, I don't promote children being forced to be running households at a very young age or marrying men who are old enough to be their grandfathers. I do not promote that in any way, fashion, or form. I am just pointing out that it wasn't too long ago. My grandmother was 16 when she got married and started having kids.
Likewise.
So,
and think of all the women that came from other countries at that young age that didn't speak the language, that had nobody here.
mhm. It's kind of alarming.
Think of the mail order brides that came from other countries and had no idea what was going on or how rough it was out on the prairie life.
Yeah. That's a really good point too.
They were in for
So,
surprise.
oh yeah, surprise is an
Uh-huh.
understatement. And for some
Moved to
reason I got hiccups.
moved to Montana, North Dakota, the Prairie Queen,
Mhm.
anywhere like that, and yeah, that was a huge wake up call.
It is. And yet somehow we've all survived it.
Well, they
We've
survived.
our ancestors all survived it.
Yeah.
Why do people think they have it so bad now?
When it's so easy right now. I mean, we have our issues, I think, with.
And I'll tell you why the male age keeps changing, but the female doesn't. And it's the extreme feminist, the ones who hate men. And yeah, but 100 years ago, a 30-year-old man, a 25-year-old man, hell, a 20-year-old man was maintaining a farm and his family.
Right.
So yeah, again, it's not that. It's not well, but then again, they were risk takers still back then, as much as they are now. But I think that's just the male personality in general, is the risk taking. And again, it doesn't add up. And again, if you're not forced to be mature, that part of the brain isn't going to develop on it at a normal rate.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it.
Right. If there's no responsibility in the home, if jobs aren't held. I mean, even things such as, making your bed before you leave the house every day. Believe
I
it or not.
still don't do that.
Well, there are stats out there that say that if you do, it makes a difference in your life.
It makes it harder to get back into bed at night.
There you go. There you go. You can't stumble back in there, can you?
Can't just fall in and then roll sideways and pull the blanket back over you.
Exactly.
You got to fold the blanket down, then you got to fold it back over you. No.
That's funny.
I like just being able to fall in and roll the blanket over.
Right.
Yeah, it is messed up that, we just keep blaming it on the brain development. And Art says, crap, I was running a shop at 21, but I guess I wasn't mature enough. And again, this is where I think, with the feminazis that are out there trying to run the show for as long as they did, it really did make matters worse.
Right.
And that it's nothing personal against the guys. And from my book, but my dad was 30 years old, married, and that's when my dad got married, was 30. And again, there's some cultures that if you're not married by the time you're 30, something ain't right with you.
Yeah, we were married at 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and that was considered, our friends were getting married at 18 and 19 years old.
Yeah.
Some right out of high school. Not
Mm-hmm.
pregnant, but wanting to get married.
Uh-huh.
Go figure. Today,
But
I mean,
this day and age, it's something different.
Yeah, so when I was in ICU in 2023, I had a group of, there were probably 8 nurses that worked on different patients. You had 2 nurses to each ICU patient. And then they would all come in and help bathe you and get you changed and cleaned up. And as I got to know all of them, I do my HR thing when I'm wherever I'm at, and I find out details of things that are just people are willing to share.
Mm-hmm.
You know that not one of those women, they were from the age of 30 to about 42, were not married, and they all wanted to be married, but yet they said they couldn't find a man.
Well, they put their career first.
Right, and perhaps where were they looking for these men? If they were
College campuses, clubs, and work.
bars, whatever. So it was did Charlie Kirk have a thing to say about going back to church and perhaps finding somebody through church? I don't know if that's the answer or not. I didn't meet Eric, and I went to 2 separate schools, so I just happened, he was the school photographer for the yearbook, and I happened to be at a swim meet, and being the ever so kind person I am, I offered him a piece of my orange because orange was our thing that we did it before the race, and well, the rest is history.
Hey, it happens.
Yep.
It's just wild that so many people are now regretting putting their career first
Uh-huh.
after their mothers told them, I wish I would have had a career and then kids. Now they're realizing their mothers were insane.
Yes.
But there was a time when dads were the full time workers, moms were part time, and they only went to part time after the kids started school.
Correct.
You had your kids. By the time all you were done having kids, about 40, 35, you went back to work because they were all in school. So you went to do secretary and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And usually you were home by the time the kids got home from school.
Yep. And so, I mean, again, it's still not an end of the world thing. It's just when they started pushing for this whole women need to
Being
use
equal.
latchkey, the latchkey kids,
Yep.
not kids coming
Oh,
home to a
do
fully
you?
cooked meal.
And what's funny is, I started cooking. My mother went back to work when I was in grade school, and I was the oldest. There was a year and a month apart from all of us. My brothers were twins, are twins. And I started cooking around the age of 9. I mean,
Hmm.
meals. My mother would make, put the meat on or whatever. I'd have to boil the potatoes, put the vegetable on, make a salad. And do you remember coming home with the house key on a string or a chain
In
around
my
your?
pocket. I always kept it in my pocket.
Yeah, mine was around my neck all the time.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you did that. I mean, common sense. And again, that stuff by 9 years old, you can be mature enough to cook if your parents work with you.
Right.
If your parents don't work with you, that's their problem, not yours. That's not your fault. So again, we're not putting responsibility, appropriate responsibility on kids. And then you get your social services brought into the picture.
Let's say
And
you're abusing the kid. Yeah.
yeah, for making be responsible. Yeah.
Right. And
Hmm.
not only after you made the meal, then you had to do the dishes, you had to
Yep.
sweep, you had to mop. And back in those days, we didn't mop. You got down on your hands and knees with a scrub
Hmm.
brush and a rag and a bucket, and
Yep.
you scrubbed that floor.
I think I remember telling you, my sister and I, as young as 7, 6, 7, were doing laundry.
Yeah. We had a Ringer washing machine.
Well, we had an actual one, but if we did something stupid, we got stuck using the ringer one.
Uh huh. Had to
Actually,
use
we had the
it.
scrub board, and then we had to wring it up a hand,
Yeah.
and then rinse it, wring it some more, and then hang it on a line.
Yeah. And that was the thing back in the day, too. Even though there was a dryer, everything all had to be,
Always.
there was wash day. Everything was outside, put on the line. Everything.
Yep.
Sheets, towels, blankets, jeans, shirts, underwear, socks,
Hmm.
and they had to be in a special order
Yep.
so that they would
Or
dry.
you got your ass beat.
Correct, so that they would dry appropriately with the movement of the sun.
Yep.
That was for a family of 6. And then
Yep.
the shit had to be ironed.
We
My
didn't
dad,
do that.
oh yeah,
We got lucky.
my dad's work shirts had to be starched and ironed. His handkerchiefs had to be ironed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why is beyond me, but hey,
You tell
it
me.
kept you from doing stupid stuff.
Yes, it did.
And you're also trying to keep an eye on 3 younger siblings.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sounds a lot like so many lives for so many people.
But yet, try to get the kids to pick up a, uh, little stick vacuum or, a little handheld vacuum. I mean, we washed my dad's car almost every single day. White wall
Mhm.
rims with cleanser and a scrub brush. Those bitches shine. They gleamed white. Oh, the tales I could tell. And then there was up in the attic making ammunition. That's where I learned how to do shotgun shells and 22s and all kinds of things. You find out when you drop a bag of BBs on the floor that you won't do it again after you have to take a knife and get them all out of the floorboards. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I mean, it really was. There was no time really to be out and about getting into any kind of trouble because there was always stuff to do around the house.
Mhm.
Mow the lawn, rake the leaves. We didn't have a riding lawn mower, and the yard was huge.
Yep. Lawn care got dumped on me. Pet
Oh,
care got dumped on me. Helping in the garage got dumped on me. Laundry got dumped on me. My sister got mad because she got stuck cooking and cleaning in the house.
oh,
But she didn't have to do what I did. I earned my keep, but my mom didn't see it that way. So she convinced my sister that I was just lazy.
oh,
But my
that.
sister never had to cut grass. My
Oh,
sister wasn't out in sub-zero temperatures doing an oil change.
oh yeah. What about shoveling snow? I forgot about that.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Yep. Yep. That
And
too.
when there was ice, there was that. I forget what the
Salt
heck it
stuff
was.
that you got to sprinkle out.
Well, we had before we were allowed to put the salt on because it was sandstone uh,
Ooh, yeah.
blocks, like sections. There was like this ice chipper thing that we had to use on it.
To break up the ice.
Uh
Yep.
huh. Ridiculous. It was just
Uh-huh.
absolutely ridiculous stuff. And then that was back in the day when the garbage men took the garbage. Notice I didn't say Pittsburghese rubbish. When the rubbish man came, they would pick up the heavy metal can and dump it into a canvas bag, all that nasty rubbish, and they would haul it to the truck. And whatever was left over, yeah.
You had to clean up.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And then not only did we have to squirt down our part of the sidewalk, but then the neighbors and the neighbors, because I think my dad had a serious case of OCD now that I think about it.
It wouldn't surprise me, and I bet he
Hmm.
got it from his parents.
Probably, well, yeah, that's another story for another day. But
Oh yeah.
we,
I can tell you my grandfather was rough on my dad, and my grandparents were rough on my mom. Well,
yeah.
mostly her older siblings, but yeah.
So what I think happened where I went wrong in upraising my children was I made it a tad too easy. I made them work and they had responsibility, but Eric struggled just as much, and we both wanted to give them a better life than what we had. But now, upon reflection, I would have made it a tad more difficult or
Mhm.
added more things, more responsibilities. I'm not disappointed in how they turned out, But when I do see like Jacob turning into the, you know, ask him what he wants to be when he grows up, and he wants to be a YouTuber.
That's not going to be a viable career in the near future.
Exactly. And, you know, try explaining that to, you know, a 9-year-old.
Well, you hope it's just a phase they're going through.
Right.
But
So,
reality is it don't pay the bills.
so the only
And you're only cute for so long. And then
Right.
it's not adorable teen or adorable kid anymore.
Exactly. So the only hope for him, I believe, is he will be the security head for the future Guatemalan dictator.
Ah, there we go. That's
What
a
do
good career.
What do you think?
Job security as long as he doesn't fail.
Exactly.
Or piss off the Guatemalan dictator or
Exactly.
well, yeah.
Exactly.
So there's some concerns there. Definitely some concerns.
But I think each generation goes through this.
Yep.
You know, I can remember my grandparents from the horse and buggy to the car, from the car, the way the cars then were in the 40s and 50s, and, you know, okay. With zero, yeah, you're going to be cold there, Art, I think.
I don't know. There's ways to keep warm, even for the homeless.
Mm.
I mean, all those homeless shelters down in California take really good care of you. They
That's
even provide you with drug supplies, well,
true,
paraphernalia.
but that's if you can get in, right? I mean, don't they have like waiting lists or openings?
I have no clue. I mean, if for New York for the illegals, they gave them a 5-star hotel.
This is true. Yeah, see, you're in the same position. If you weren't fingerprinted, you could have gone over to Mexico and swam back over and just not, you know, spoke any English and could be in New York right now.
Stayed at a 5-star hotel. Oh no, they finally started kicking them out.
They did. That is true. They did.
Or so I've heard.
Yes, they did start to kick them out. So, all right, what do you got next for us, Crazy B?
I've got 7 minutes to the end, so we have enough time to do our outro and all that stuff.
Okay. Do you have a quick short perchance?
I have shorts. It's just which one.
Just pick one. Today's messed up Friday, so go for anyone. Just pick one. Anyone. Doesn't matter.
Okay, I think I found one.
Okay.
This will be entertaining, and it's a good thought-provoking one. Well, kind of.
Let's see what you get into Friday, the week. This is what we're ending the note on, folks.
Okay, where is it? Ah, there it is. And I reorganized this.
Oh,
all right. So this is a thought-provoking question.
Okay, when we're done, we'll go through the comments. Go ahead, Crazy.
Okay. So, good question here.
Obama became president, a lot of the original guys that were running those labels, they would bring in a New York guy to replace the Nashville guy, and then when the new guy comes in, he would start changing the culture of that label, which bled all the way down into the artists, and it bled all the way down into the publicity departments, and what kind of songs you were allowed to cut, what interviews you were allowed to do, who you were allowed to interview with. Holy shit. I started getting in trouble with the label because I was doing interviews with Sean Hannity. My record label went absolutely insane that I did that. You've got liberal artists that are out here saying all kinds of stuff that I don't like. You're not worried about them. They go, that's not the point. It was the point. Jason Aldean's a great example. The woke mob attacked his wife. And I remember him texting me going, what do you think I ought to do? I said, what would you do to anybody else that attacked your wife? If you come out swinging, you're selling 30,000 tickets today, you'll be selling 60,000 tickets this time next year because the Patriot crowd will come to your back. To his credit, man, he came out and just put his dukes up, and here he comes swinging, and he is doing stadium shows now.
Interesting. So, did Obama kill country music?
That's the question.
That was the question. Did Obama kill country music? It's a really good question. And, you're free to think of that as how you will. Um, I mean, Kid Rock was doing rock and country combo before that, but, it didn't kill it. So, good question, though, is
Lock. Hold on 1 minute, Crazy B. Eric, lock the door, okay? Would you put that in there for me? Thank you. Call me when you get up there, okay? And please be careful coming home. Sorry about that.
oh, no, it's all right.
Yeah, they're bringing the boat home. So, all right, babe. Love you.
Let me close that down. But yeah, that is just some food for thought. What do y'all think?
No, there's probably some truth to some of it. Probably in all of, if you look at any of the presidents, or there's probably some type of influence. But this seems to be really going down the woke path, I think, with
Yeah.
Obama. We would have to, and I know nothing really about country music, we'd have to probably see if anybody did any type of analysis from before Obama got in to what it's like today. How much has it changed? And I
Well,
mean,
now there's this rap version of country.
right? I mean, you have people like Beyonce getting into country. That really never made sense to me, but
It's
okay.
money.
It is. I think that's what it is.
That's all it boils down to is the money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I'm falling off my bed. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Hold.
All right. Why don't we catch up on the chat there, Crazy B? What do you got? Why don't you read them off?
Art says I'm going to San Diego.
French.
Okay.
Cannabis says pick one. Arby says y'all a bunch of Mexicans. That's not nice. Funny, not nice. Is it a question that needs it needs an answer? The
Not
music industry
necessarily. Not necessarily.
the music industry has been crazy for generations. Um Arby says that's because of who runs it. It was bummer. He was just the face of the machine. It says he was the face of woke ideology before it had a name. It's much more than just a person. It's a machine built on Ivy Leaguers, think tanks, and NGOs.
Oh, that's
That's an interesting thought.
it is.
Oh my God, why is my alarm? Oh, I need to take my meds too. He was just the well talking, acceptable face of it.
Yes, he was.
JJ's picking up lunch for dinner.
That's what I just got.
I am just down the street from work. Okay, glad you got there. Music tastes evolve and labels exploit artists to get all the money they can. That's why they control everything so tightly.
Mm-hmm.
Arby just added, I'm probably saying what I always say. Yuri was prophetic. He was not wrong. Yuri Bezmenov, in case you guys don't know who he is, go Google it. Very well spoken defector from Russia. So there's that.
All right. Well, we're at the 5:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time bell. Thank you for joining Rex Sisters on this freaking effing Friday follow-ups, I guess you could call it, cleaning out things that we had sitting around. We appreciate your support. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you all on Tuesday evening from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, I am done.
And I'll say, y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you.